Hey, what's happening, people? How y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of Messages in the Madness with yours truly, Vernon Longhorn Davis. I am here and present and accounted for. Yes, I am. Happy Hanukkah to those of y'all that celebrate that, and Merry Christmas to those of y'all that celebrate that. And if you don't celebrate that, just hey, how you doing? Glad to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Hope your life is great because if I was any more blessed, it'd be two of me. And that's a scary thought. Yes, it is. But I'm here, you're here. I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much. Um, Hope you had a great, wonderful, fabulous week. Hey, Mr. Ned, how you doing? Yeah, I see you out there. Hey, daughter, thank you for dropping in, popping in. I know you out there saving lives, but thank you for being here. Miss Coley, good to see you, Miss Coley, Miss Coley, Miss Coley. Glad to see you. Um, Man, so missed y'all last week because I was traveling. I was in Ohio and I drove out there, and there's just no way I was going to have the strength or the mindset to do a show. So I just went on and just canceled. But I'm back this week, and I'm glad that y'all are here. Also, make sure you hit like, love, share the message if you like the message tonight. I hope that you will. Believe it or not, we only got one more message this year for Messages in the Madness. I haven't decided if that's going to be the last one. I'm actually thinking about it. We've been doing this almost 5 years now, so but we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna pray about it, and then we'll go from there. How about that? So we got let's see what I got here. I got hmm I got people watching on LinkedIn, and I got people on Facebook. Thank y'all very much. I appreciate it. There go baby sis. Hey, baby sis. Thanks for stopping in, popping in. And yep, she said, did y'all share the message? Straight up, she just put y'all on blast. Did you share the message? So I appreciate that. I do. So tonight's message is called What Are You Willing to Give Up to Go Up? It's about sacrifice. And in the past, we've talked about things around sacrifice, but we've never made it the primary message. And that's what we're talking about tonight. Is the primary sacrifice is that primary message, and that's the focus. So that's why the message is called "What are you willing to give up to go up?" There's something we don't talk about, and that is this: we don't talk enough about it. Sacrifice. Every blessing, every breakthrough, every level, every version of ourselves, of yourself, that you've been praying for, planning for, or dreaming about comes with a price. And that price tag is sacrifice. Hey, brother Roger, good to see you. Hey, Miss Regina, good to see you as well. Everybody wants to go up, wants elevation, wants a better life, stronger relationships. Who don't want that? Everybody wants peace of mind, some success, some stability, and some joy. Some people are comfortable being where they're at, but there's things in their life that they would like to have just a little better, have a little bit more of. Yeah. But the real question is, wouldn't you like to have more peace of mind and success or stability and joy? How about some more joy in your life? I think we could all use a little bit more joy in our lives. But the real question, the question that separates the talkers from the doers is simple. What are you willing to give up to get there? You see, elevation is not free. Growth is not free. Becoming who you're meant to be is not free. There's always something you have to release, let go of, forget about, move on from, something you have to sacrifice, something you have to bury so something better can be born. The truth is this: you can't climb and cling at the same time. Baby girl say any and everything standing in my way. Okay. You can't move forward while dragging. You can't move forward while dragging what's been holding you back. You can't rise while still tied to the ground. You ain't never seen a hot air balloon float up and still be tied to an anchor on the ground. It don't happen that way. Sometimes the biggest enemy of your next season is the comfort of your current one. Hey, Brother August, good to see you. I'm going to say that again. Sometimes the biggest enemy of your next season is the comfort of your current one. You're afraid to get out of your own comfort zone because it's comfortable, it's nice, it's warm, it's cozy. I'm used to this. Now, let's get real, because that's what this show is about. That's what we do. We keep it real. Some of the things we need to sacrifice aren't bad. They're not all bad. They're just not aligned with where we're going anymore. They're not aligned with where we're trying to go. Hey, Miss Marion, good to see you. Old habits, old thinking, old fears, old routines, old relationships, old identities. We keep them because they're familiar. They're comfortable. We keep them because they don't challenge us. We keep them because they feel safe. They make us feel safe. But familiar doesn't mean healthy. Comfortable doesn't mean right. And safe doesn't mean that it's destined. Sometimes you got to give up who you used to be in order to grow into who you truly are. I don't think y'all hear me tonight. I don't think y'all hear me tonight. Maybe y'all need to send up some likes or loves or something for me, because I don't think you hear me tonight. Yeah, I'm looking to see if y'all putting them up. Like, send me a thumbs up, some hearts or something. Thank you, Jerry. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for stopping in tonight. Hey, Annette, good to see you as well. So, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. Sometimes you've got to give up who you used to be in order to grow into who you truly are. Let me walk into something deeper. Most people don't fail because they're incapable. Most people fail because the thing they need to sacrifice is the exact thing they refuse to let go of. Yeah. Let me let this mic down a little bit. Some folks won't sacrifice their pride, so they can't grow. They won't sacrifice their ego, so they can't apologize or learn. Yeah, because your ego won't let you do that. Some won't sacrifice their comfort, so they stay stuck. Some won't sacrifice toxic relationships, so they stay broken. Some won't sacrifice old habits, so they stay frustrated. Yeah. Last one. Some won't sacrifice the short-term pleasure, so they never reach the long-term blessing. And that's keeping it real. And then those people look back 5, 10, 15 years later, wondering why life never changed, why it never shifted. Because you kept doing the same old thing. You wouldn't let go. You wouldn't sacrifice. You're stuck. Arrested development. Yeah. In your own personal quicksand. Thank you, baby sis. She said, proud of you and on your new adventure. Thank you, baby. Jerry says, I am currently in this transition, finding out my life has a lot more peace. There you go. You had to sacrifice something. You had to sacrifice that comfort level that you were used to doing what you had been doing for 20 plus years. Let me tell you something from experience. Every time God elevates you, he tests what you're willing to release. What are you willing to let go of to get this? You can't ask for more while holding on to less. You can't pray for abundance while clinging to less than nothing. You can't ask for growth while protecting the very thing that kept you small and keeps you small. You can't. Sometimes the sacrifice is internal, it's emotional, it's behavioral. Sometimes it's simply acknowledging it. Simply saying, I can't take this version of me into the next level of my life. I can't take this heavy ass trunk onto this airplane because spirit won't let me do it. So I guess I'm about to leave this behind. Because this Spirit Airlines is going to take me to my next adventure. I may have to stand up on the plane and hold a strap like I'm riding a city bus, but I don't have room for the old. You can't take this version of me into the next level of my life. You can't take it with you into the next level of your life. Jerry says 2 months ago, I made a decision that is changing my direction. Now, the first plan failed, but the second plan is going on. You didn't fail, my friend. You changed gears. You changed directions. You had to make an adjustment to work for you and yours. That's what you did. You didn't fail. And stop saying that. Stop telling yourself you failed. You had to readjust. Marion says, sometimes you just got to step out on a limb and have faith that everything will turn out okay. Yeah, you do, Miss Marion. And sometimes you got to speak it. You got to say it. You got to be willing to let go of something. You got to speak those affirmations and be willing to accept the changes. August says doing the same thing and expecting the newest crazy. Yeah, you're right. Daughter says, geez, you could have just called me. LOL, just kidding. But please know I'm listening. I know you're listening, daughter. You always have listened. You and your brother both. And your sister and your other brother. All y'all have always listened. And I thank y'all for that. There have been times in my own life when I wanted better. I wanted peace. I wanted elevation, purpose, growth. But I had to sit myself down and ask, hey, Vernon, what are you willing to give up for this? Yeah. And I had to answer myself honestly. And that was a tough question because the answer usually requires honesty. And no. I'm going to correct that. It does require honesty. And sometimes being honest with ourselves is difficult. It can be traumatic. It can make you curl up on the couch or in a dark corner in the fetal position because you got to tell yourself the truth. It requires maturity, self-examination, courage. And the hardest part, the sacrifice often doesn't feel good when you're making it. It don't. Because when you're making those sacrifices, you're thinking about all the things you got to give up in order for this to work. When the doctor says, let me I got to cut off your foot so you can live. That's a sacrifice. There's no going back from that. But what's the exchange? You lose your foot, but you get to live. That's a little deep, but that's sacrifice. But here's the beautiful thing. It feels right when you come out on the other side. When the rain stops and the sun comes out, it feels good. It feels great. You ever notice how the things that weigh us down feel lighter the moment we finally let them go? When we finally let them go, it's like, wow, why didn't I do this sooner? I feel so much better. Thank you for lifting that weight off of me, or lifting it off yourself. That's not coincidence. That's called alignment. That's when things finally line up. Yeah. People say, and hear me when I say this, and if you don't get this, I put it on my Facebook page because I wanted you to see it. I wanted you to hear it. I wish you would write it in your gratitude journal. People say they want a better future, but they still sleep next to their past. They do lunch with procrastination. They still have dinner with self-doubt. They still take midnight walks with fear. And then they wonder why tomorrow looks just like yesterday. And if you don't understand what that means, you need to take a nap. You need to ask somebody. But the simple is that you keep doing the same thing with no sacrifice. Jerry says the biggest change is I don't drive 90 miles an hour home just to get away from the noise quicker. My ears don't ring anymore. No more Sunday night anxiety about going back on Mondays. So you didn't fail, Jerry. You did what you needed to do for you. You needed that peace of mind. You needed that change. You saved yourself. And there's nothing wrong with saving yourself, Jerry. Nothing. I'm very proud of you. Listen, if you want to rise, there's no rising without releasing. A hot air balloon's got to cut the line at some point in time. You can't rise without it. If you want to elevate, there's no elevation without elimination. And no, I'm not trying to do Jesse Jackson. There's no elevation without elimination. It's the truth. It's just the truth. You can't build your best life while protecting your worst habits. You can't. Marion says you need to make the change to have the peace. Yes, you do. You have to make the change. The next level is calling your name, but it's also checking your luggage. Some things simply can't board with you. There's some things you got to leave behind because Southwest Airlines, they now charging for baggage and you can't take it all with you. and you got an assigned seat. So that big ass trunk, you got to leave it here. That's that big ass trunk represents your sacrifice, what you are giving up, what you're not doing anymore, what you're not taking with you anymore, the people who you are removing from your life. That's what that trunk is. And it's going to be hard because there's so many good and wonderful things in that trunk that you love so much or appreciated so much, or you didn't. But you can't take it with you. You can't take this trip for this better house or this better job or for this better relationship if you take this trunk with you. You got to leave the trunk. You got to sacrifice it. And here's the powerful part. Sacrifice is not punishment. Sacrifice is preparation. It's getting you ready. You're not losing anything. You're making room for blessings, for healing, for new opportunities, for healthier relationships, for healthier you, for a future version of yourself that you haven't even met yet. And when you meet that future you want to make a good impression. But you can't make that good impression if you dragging that damn trunk of sacrifice, that trunk of stuff that you need to leave behind. Anyone know any Black Ops personnel? Okay, Annette. When you sacrifice something that's holding you down, you're not going down. You're going up. You're elevating. So tonight, I want you to ask yourself, what is the one thing I need to sacrifice to elevate my life? You ain't got to put it in the chat, but just ask yourself, what is the one thing that I need to do to elevate my life? Is it a habit? Fear? Getting past fear? Is it a pattern that you have? What lie have you been telling yourself that you need to stop telling yourself so you can move forward? Maybe it's a person. Maybe it's an excuse. And the effective range of an excuse is 0 meters. What old version of me still thinks I'm not enough? Well, daughter, you said it yourself. Now it's up to you to do something about that. What version of you still thinks that you're not enough? Because if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. You are enough. You've always been enough. But your elevation requires action. Your breakthrough requires commitment. Your next chapter requires sacrifice. It means leaving that big ass ugly trunk in the airport. They'll take care of it. Jerry says, I need to sacrifice relationships that are one direction. That may be true. Annette says, my NPD person. I don't know what that is, but okay. And you're right, August, never seen a hearse pulling a U-Haul. That's very true. But Your next chapter does require sacrifice. You've been waiting on change, but maybe, just maybe, change has been waiting on you. Mm, yeah, I said it. Oh, wow. I promise you, when you let go of what's been holding you back, what's waiting for you will blow your mind. It will. You don't know. Oh, okay. Stop, Vernon. I'm about to start oh man, I'm about to start preaching. There are wonders that you have not seen, and there are blessings. Okay, thank you, Annette. But there are blessings that you have yet to see. There are things waiting for you when you say, hey, I'm ready for these blessings. I will put this down. I will put these things down. And I will let you flow through my life. I'm scared, but I will let you do what you do. Because I can't do this by myself. I'm not going to do this by myself because I don't know how to do this by myself. And yes, you have to say it out loud. So let me say it one more time as clear as I can. What are you willing to give up to go up? Your future is listening. Your elevation is waiting. It's waiting on you. Your next level is ready. It's your turn. You just got to decide. Are you ready? Are you willing to make the sacrifice? And not just make the sacrifice, but not look back. Keep moving forward. Don't look back for that trunk. You know what it looks like and you know what's in it. Leave it in baggage claim, but don't take it on the plane with you. DC Fluffy said it comes back to mind over matter. What you choose to perceive, what sacrifice or letting go means, you have control of deciding to be, you have control of being decided to be down, sad, feeling defeated, when it could be a lesson to learn in the issues that have you feeling that way. A lot of times it's best to let go because something better is waiting for you on the other side. And you're right. You're right. I've been trying to work on not talking about me so much on this show. But I can tell you this. I was quite upset about losing my job because I actually loved what I was doing. But I forgot I had asked God, the universe, to elevate me. And in order for me to get that elevation, it had to be taken from me. And I didn't understand it. And but it had to happen. That happened August 15th. And I started my new job December 15th, 4 months to the day. And I'm not going to brag, but yeah, it's elevation. And I am grateful. I'm nervous. I'm a little, there's a bunch of adjectives I could use right there. but it was an elevation. And I am grateful for it. I love what I did so much. I wrote a book about it. But I asked for elevation and I had to sacrifice. I had to sacrifice my comfort zone to move on to the next blessing. So, yes, y'all, I got a new job and I started it on the 15th. And I'm very happy about that. So, hey, daughter, she said, hey, sorry I'm late to the party. Yeah, okay. I'm just glad to see you here. Merry Christmas to you too. Oh, I'm over on my 30 minutes. I'm sorry, y'all. Your next level is ready. And now it's your turn, y'all. So I thank y'all for joining me tonight, joining us tonight. Glad to see Miss Coley. Yes, we are. I'm glad to see all y'all. So Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to you. If you like the message, share the message. And I love you. God loves you. Take care of yourself, love yourself, respect yourself. Thank you, Jerry, for saying that. Respect yourself. Hug them kids for me. Enjoy your holiday. Respect our vets. I'm Vernon Longhorn Davis. This has been another episode of Messages in the Madness. Until next Sunday, God bless y'all. $2.